She came from the US to marry a Nigerian man. But what she brought with her wasn't just love. It was fear. It was secrets. It was deadly. This isn't your usual love story. It's a story of trust, betrayal, obsession, and survival. So if you're here for suspense, for truth hidden beneath a smile, and for a woman who refused to be broken, then you're in the right place. Don't scroll away now, 'cause what comes next will shock you. Each episode gets deeper, every truth more painful, and the ending unforgettable. So stay tuned. Turn on your notifications. Share this video with someone who loves a good twist. And keep watching ZITA'S stories, because every week, we bring you a story that speaks to the soul. She came from America to marry a man she met online. A Nigerian man. Kind, handsome, humble. He believed in love. He believed in destiny. But what he didn't know was that she brought more than just love. She brought a deadly secret. A secret that could destroy everything. Her name was Alyssa McGregor. Blonde hair, blue eyes, skin as pale as milk. She turned heads at the airport. People whispered, "Is she here for business? Is she a missionary?" But no, she was here for Emeka. Emeka Nwankwo, a young Nigerian man. Strong, well-mannered. He met Alyssa on Instagram, like, DM, video call, and suddenly, they were in love. Their love bloomed online. Late-night calls, heart emojis, promises, dreams. She told him, "I want to marry you." And he believed her. Why wouldn't he? She was beautiful, and she seemed sincere. The day she landed, Emeka stood at the airport gate, holding a bouquet. His heart raced, his palms sweaty. Would she recognize him? Would she smile the way she did on video? Then he saw her, walking toward him, wearing a white top and jeans, looking like a dream. She smiled. He smiled back. And just like that, the whole airport faded away. They embraced, tightly, awkwardly, but sweetly. "I missed you," she whispered. "I missed you too," he replied. Then they drove home. Emeka lived in a simple apartment in Port Harcourt. Not fancy, but neat, organized, with a clean bed. He made space for her, in his house, and in his heart. That night, they talked for hours. She told him about her job in the US, how she worked in healthcare, how she got tired of America, how she longed for peace, and found it in him. But she avoided some topics. Every time Emeka asked about her family, he smiled, and changed the subject. "What about your parents?" he asked. "They're gone," she said quickly. "Gone how?" She looked away. "Let's not talk about that tonight." He didn't push. He loved her. And love sometimes meant patience. Days turned into weeks. Alyssa settled in. She cooked, cleaned, followed Emeka to church, tried to speak a little Igbo. Everyone admired her. "She's different," his mother said. "She's calm, respectful." Emeka smiled. But his mother also noticed something else. A darkness behind her eyes. One day Emeka got a phone call. It was a strange number. Unknown. He answered. A man's voice spoke. "Is Alyssa McGregor there?" "Yes, who's this?" The line went silent. Then it dropped. When he told Alyssa, she froze. Her face turned pale. Her lips trembled. "Don't answer numbers you don't know," she warned. And then, she locked herself in the room for hours. That night, she had a nightmare. She screamed in her sleep. And when Emeka woke her, she was drenched in sweat. "It was just a dream," she said. But Emeka knew. This was no ordinary dream. Soon Emeka started noticing more things. Alyssa would sometimes sit in the dark, alone, muttering to herself. Sometimes she'd jump at small noises, or stare at the window like someone was watching. She started locking doors, even inside the house. "What's wrong, Alyssa?" She shook her head. Nothing. I'm just adjusting. One afternoon, Emeka went through her bag. He didn't mean to, but something told him. He had to look. Inside he found her passport, bundle of cash, and a folded paper. He opened it slowly. It was a death certificate. The name on it, Derek Allen McGregor, relation, husband, cause of death, gunshot wound to the chest. His hands trembled. He didn't know she was married before. She never told him. And now, her husband was dead. When he confronted her, she cried, "I didn't kill him. I swear, Emeka. I didn't. It was self-defense." Emeka was shocked. He sat on the edge of the bed, staring at her. "Why didn't you tell me?" "Because I thought you'd leave me." She told him everything, or so he thought. She said Derek was abusive, violent, that he once threatened her with a knife. That one night he came at her, and she shot him, in fear, in pain, in panic. She was arrested, but the case was dropped. Stand your ground, they called it. Emeka didn't know what to believe, but he held her, and wiped her tears. He told her, "It's okay. You're safe now." But that night, she received a message, from an unknown number. 3 words. "I found you." Her phone fell from her hand. Her heart pounded. She gasped. "No, not him." Emeka picked up the phone. "Read the message." "What's this, Alyssa?" She couldn't speak. Her lips quivered. Tears rolled down her cheeks. "There's more I haven't told you," she whispered. And that was just the beginning. The message on Alyssa's phone. "I found you." 3 words. But they shook her soul. She stared into space. Her hands cold. Her body stiff. "No. He wasn't supposed to find me. He was in jail. He was locked away." Emeka asked again. "Alyssa, who is this?" She whispered. "It's his brother. Derek's brother. The one who swore to kill me." Flashback. A man in a leather jacket. Tattoos crawling up his neck. Piercing green eyes. His name. Jason McGregor. He never believed Alyssa's story. He never accepted his brother was violent. He claimed Alyssa murdered Derek. Not in self-defense, but out of anger. After the case was dismissed, Jason stalked her, followed her, threatened her. So she ran, changed her number, deleted her social media, sold everything, and flew to Nigeria. He had found her again. He had found her again. Emeka held her hands. "We'll go to the police." But Alyssa shook her head. "No. He'll find us before they do anything." That night, they didn't sleep. Every sound outside the window made her flinch. Morning came. The sun rose. But fear lingered. Emeka offered to take her to a guest house for a few days. Somewhere quiet, hidden. She agreed. They packed quickly, just 2 bags, and left the apartment. But on the road, they saw a man standing by a car. A white man, with green eyes. Alyssa screamed. "That's him." Emeka stepped on the accelerator. The car flew past. Jason watched them go, murking. He didn't chase. He didn't need to. He already knew where they'd end up. They checked into a small lodge outside the city. Quiet, almost forgotten. The receptionist was kind. Gave them the farthest room. Room 7. Inside, Alyssa collapsed on the bed. She hadn't eaten all day. Her eyes swollen from crying. Emeka cooked noodles, fed her slowly, wiped her face, and held her until she slept. But at midnight, knock came. Then again louder. Emeka froze. He looked at Alyssa. She was awake, terrified. He whispered, "Don't open it." But the knocking continued. Then a voice. "Room 7. I know you're in there. I just want to talk, Alyssa." It was Jason. Emeka grabbed a kitchen knife. Alyssa trembled behind the door. Go away, Emeka shouted. We've called the police. Lie. But maybe it would work. Jason laughed. Call them. I'll be gone before they arrive. But she knows what she did. She killed my brother. She'll pay. Then silence. Jason was gone. Or so they thought. Morning came. Emeka checked the surroundings. No sign of him. They went to the police station. They filed a report. But the officer yawned. A foreigner being threatened. Not their priority. They left disappointed. But Emeka had a plan. He contacted a family friend. Private investigator. His name was Mr. Tiga. Former DSS agent. Quiet. Experienced. Deadly. He listened carefully. And nodded. I'll find him, he said. Give me 48 hours. While they waited, Alyssa tried to regain herself. She opened up to Emeka more. Told him what she'd never told anyone before. Flashback again. She was 22. Fresh out of college. Met Derek at a concert. Charming. Older. Protective. But within months, it changed. Controlled what she wore. Checked her phone. Accused her of cheating. The beatings started. First a slap. Then punches. Bruises she had to hide at work. Jason knew. He once saw Derek push her. But he looked away. Brothers protect brothers. Night. Derek came home drunk. Raging. He accused her of poisoning his food. He grabbed a knife. Ran. He chased. Cornered her in the kitchen. She reached for the drawer. Pulled out the gun. Fired. And he fell. Jason arrived minutes later. Screaming. Grabbing her. You killed him. He called the police. She was arrested. But the court ruled it self-defense. And Jason never forgave her. He wanted revenge. Mr. Tiga returned on the second day. I found him, he said. He's staying at a hotel in the city. He used a fake passport. But he left traces. Emeka asked, Can we stop him? Tiga replied, We will. That night, Tiga went to confront Jason. But Jason was gone. All that remained was a note. You protect her now. But I'll come for both of you. Anywhere. Anytime. Alyssa fell into panic again. Emeka tried to calm her. But even he was scared now. They changed locations again. Moved into Emeka's uncle's house in a wary, quiet town. Fewer people. More eyes to watch. For 2 weeks, there was peace. Alyssa smiled again. She even braided her hair. Tried suya. Danced at a village wedding. Emeka thought, maybe it's over. Then one day, they received a package. No sender name. Wrapped in brown paper. Inside, photo of Alyssa sleeping. From the night before. He screamed. Collapsed on the floor. Emeka called Tiga. They checked the compound. Footprints. Cigarette butts. Sign on the fence. Scratched in chalk. You can't hide forever. It was war now. Jason had crossed a line. Mr. Tiga took Alyssa to a secure safe house. A fence. TV. Armed guards. He warned Emeka. He won't stop. Not until someone stops him. So Emeka made a choice. He would fight. He would protect the woman he loved. Even if it meant death. But the next twist was something no one expected. Jason was not working alone. He had help. From someone close to Emeka. It was supposed to be over. They thought they were safe. But evil was closer than they imagined. Jason wasn't alone. Someone in Nigeria, someone close, was helping him. Inside the safe house, Alyssa was quiet. She barely spoke. She barely ate. She only stared at the wall, waiting for the next message. Waiting for Jason. Emeka tried to stay strong. But something was breaking inside him. He loved her. But love was becoming dangerous. And Mr. Tiga returned with news. There's a leak, he said. Someone is feeding Jason information. Someone who knows your every move. Someone you trust. Emeka was shocked. How is that possible? We don't talk to anyone. Tiga looked at him. Hard. You need to think carefully. Who knows your plans? Your movements? Where you sleep? Emeka's heart dropped. He thought of one person. His cousin Chuka. Chuka was like a brother. They grew up together. Shared secrets. Shared food. Shared pain. But lately, Chuka had been acting strange. He had asked questions. Too many questions. About where Emeka and Alyssa were staying. About when they'd returned to Port Harcourt. About the white woman's past. Emeka hadn't told him much. But maybe he didn't need to. Maybe Chuka already knew. Why you looking at me like that? Chuka asked. I said I don't know anything. Then he added. But maybe Jason's right. What did that woman do if? Emeka slammed the table. Don't talk about her like that. Chuka stood. Na you sabi. And walked away. The truth was clear. Chuka had been talking to Jason. And now, he was warning him. Emeka called him. Bro, where you day? I want see you. They met at a bar. Cold drinks. Fake smiles. A heavy silence. Then Emeka said it. Someone's helping Jason. Chuka's hand froze mid-sip. Then he laughed. Me. A beg forget that thing. I day your side. But Emeka's eyes didn't blink. He just watched. Silently. Until Chuka got uncomfortable. Why you looking at me like that? Chuka asked. I said I don't know anything. Then he added. But maybe Jason's right. What did that woman do if? Emeka slammed the table. Don't talk about her like that. Chuka stood. Na you sabi. And walked away. The truth was clear. Chuka had been talking to Jason. And now, he was warning him. Tiga traced Chuka's number. Messages. Voice notes. All linked to a burner line. Jason's burner line. So they made a plan. If Chuka wanted to play spy, they would feed him false information. Tiga leaked fake news. Alyssa was being moved. To Nugu. By road. At night. He made sure Chuka heard it. And within minutes, Jason sent a message to Emeka. Nugu is too far, don't you think? They had him. Well, they just needed bait. Alyssa agreed. She would pretend to travel. With Emeka. In a hired car. While Tiga and his men waited. The night arrived. Rain fell. The air thick. Silent. Emeka held her hand. Are you ready? She nodded. Even though her heart was pounding. They got in the car. Started driving. Low. Steady. Eyes on the road. Ears on the radio. At exactly 10:42 p.m. a black Jeep began to follow. Tiga whispered on the earpiece. He's behind you. Keep going. The Jeep moved faster. Closer. Almost touching their bumper. And it overtook them. Blocked the road. Jason jumped out. Gun in hand. Eyes burning. Out of the car, he shouted. Emeka raised his hands. Alyssa too. She's not here, Emeka said. She's not in the car. Jason ran to the back seat. Me. Suddenly, red lights flashed. 4 black SUVs surrounded them. Doors opened. Men with guns jumped out. Jason panicked. Fired once. Tried to run. Too late. Tiga himself slammed him to the ground. You're done. Jason was arrested. Taken into custody. Face bruised. Shaking with rage. Back at the safe house. Alyssa cried. Tears of relief. Tears of release. But it wasn't over yet. The station. Jason refused to talk. No confession. No apology. Only one sentence. You think I'm the only one. There are others. Tiga knew what that meant. This wasn't just Jason's obsession. There was a network. A dark network. People who hunted women. Who tracked victims. Who used tech and power to harm. Alyssa wasn't the first. And wouldn't be the last. They opened an investigation. Interpol got involved. Digital footprints were traced. Emails, bitcoins, unmarked bank accounts. They discovered messages between Jason and someone called the Watcher, a faceless handler with connections and secrets. The Watcher had been instructing Jason how to escape, how to threaten, how to kill. But who was he? Weeks passed. Emeka and Alyssa moved back to Port Harcourt. Quietly, cautiously. No more hiding. But no more trusting either. Alyssa began teaching online. English classes. Children loved her. She smiled again. Emeka got a new job. To save. Planned to propose properly. An package arrived. Their door. No address. No sender. Inside. Necklace. It was Derek's necklace. The one he wore the night he died. Alyssa dropped it. She collapsed. The note inside said, "You killed one man. But the blood is on both your hands." The Watcher. And just like that, they knew. This was only the beginning. The necklace. Derek's necklace. The one he wore the night he died. Now in a box. At their doorstep. Alyssa stared at it like it was a ghost. Her breath caught. Her hands shook. How? Who? She whispered. Emeka picked it up carefully. Behind it. Note. A name scribbled in red ink. The Watcher. That name again. Not Jason. Not Derek. Someone worse. They rushed to Mr. Tiga. He stared at the necklace. Then clenched his jaw. This is not a threat. It's a promise. Emeka was confused. What do you mean? Tiga explained. The Watcher was no ordinary criminal. He was part of a global ring. A hidden organization. One that tracked people. Extorted victims. And sometimes made them disappear. Alyssa's case was never random. She wasn't just a woman escaping an abusive husband. She was a target. Someone had placed her in Derek's life. And now, they wanted her dead. Emeka was stunned. You mean she was being hunted from the start? Tiga nodded slowly. Yes. But why? Why Alyssa? Why us? In a flashback, Alyssa remembered something. Derek once received a strange letter. He burned it quickly. But before it turned to ash, she saw a logo. Ni. Inside a triangles. That same symbol was now printed faintly on the back of the note in the necklace box. Tiga connected it. The eye in the triangle. Known as the Watchers Guild. Powerful underground group. Involved in surveillance. Manipulation. Revenge. They believed in one thing. Order through fear. Derek wasn't just a violent man. He was part of them. Until he broke a rule. He got too emotional. Too involved. For weeks. Nothing. No threats. No packages. No messages. And a video file arrived. No sender. No sound. Just 1 minute of footage. Camera. Watching Alyssa. Sleeping. Inside the monastery. Tiga's voice trembled for the first time. This is beyond anything I've seen. The Watcher was inside. Inside their sanctuary. Watching from the shadows. And when Alyssa killed him, the guild didn't care if it was self-defense. They cared only about control. Punishment. And now, they wanted her life. And Emeka's too. Tiga made a decision. We must go underground. No phones. No online messages. No trace. Alyssa was moved to a hidden monastery. Run by retired soldiers. Trained in silence. Secluded in the hills of Arachuku. Emeka stayed behind with Tiga. They would bait the Watcher. Set a trap. Find him. End it. For weeks, nothing. No threats. No packages. No messages. And a video file arrived. No sender. No sound. Just 1 minute of footage. Camera. Watching Alyssa. Sleeping. Inside the monastery. Tiga's voice trembled for the first time. This is beyond anything I've seen. The Watcher was inside. Inside their sanctuary. Watching from the shadows. They sent guards to the monastery. But 3 men were already dead, poisoned silently. Alyssa was moved again, this time deeper, to a military zone, protected by satellites. Tiga reached out to old contacts, Interpol, cybersecurity, ethical hackers. They traced a signal, Lagos, nightclub, unregistered servers, and in the VIP lounge, foreign man with no ID. They moved in, caught him, searched his phone, and found files, hundreds, videos, images, data, dozens of women, families, some alive, some already dead. One folder was marked, Alyssa 4.0. Inside, every location she'd ever visited, every phone call, every message. Tiga was furious. He shouted, "This is a war." The man arrested. Just another puppet. Messenger. They tortured him for days. Until he finally spoke. The Watcher is not a person. It's a council. 6 men. Hidden. Powerful. Global. And Alyssa disrupted their order. They had proof now. Enough to alert the Nigerian presidency. Enough to involve the FBI. Enough to make the world pay attention. But attention brought danger. That night, Tiga was shot. Right in front of Emeka. He bled out in the rain. Whispering, "Protect her. No matter what." Emeka screamed. Held him. But he was gone. Tiga had been their shield. Now he was gone. It was just Emeka. And Alyssa, who ran, disappeared with her into the desert towns of the north. Changed their names. Wore disguises. But the Watcher always followed. In every town. Shadow. In every street. A whisper. Until one day, they decided to stop running. Emeka reached out to an old friend. Hacker in Jos. Genius. They built a trap. Created a fake Alyssa profile. Live location. An open invitation. And someone took the bait. A hitman arrived. Silencer ready. But Emeka was waiting. He knocked the man out cold. Dragged him into the bush. And made him talk. "Who sent you?" "The guild." "Where are they?" "Underground bunker." "Calabar." They found it. Hidden behind a fake shipping company. Surrounded by guards. Emeka contacted the SSS. They stormed the place. 6 men. In suits. With no fingerprints. No IDs. One of them stood. Smiling at Alyssa. "You were never meant to survive. You were supposed to obey." She replied. "And you were never supposed to touch me." She raised the gun. Shot him in the leg. The guild was arrested. Spose. Interpol took over. The Watcher files were released. The world was horrified. And finally, it was over. Alyssa and Emeka returned to Port Harcourt. Quiet. Free. Whole. They got married. Simple ceremony. Close friends. No cameras. But Emeka made a vow. Not just to love, but to protect. Always. Alyssa smiled. Her scars still deep, but healing. Because she had found something stronger than fear. Love. And the Watcher was no more. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate your support and may God bless you all. Please subscribe if you haven't.